What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the traps that you need to be aware of as a man, because fellas, they're really trying to catch us slipping out here. So you guys really need to be cautious of this. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share this message. So the first trap that I want you to be aware of is being complacent and being lazy. In today's society where we have access to instant gratification with everything, it's so easy for you to get caught up being so complacent and not having any drive, any ambition, and you're not really motivated to do anything more with your life. You just want to go home, maybe you want to jump on to Netflix or go on social media because you just want to dumb yourself down because you've worked maybe 10 hours at work, so you're tired. And it's so easy for you not to pursue your passion. It's so easy for you not to pursue your purpose because you just get so lazy, caught up in the program that the Matrix has prescribed for you. So I would advise everybody watching this video, you have to be cautious of being complacent and being lazy. Get back to it, whatever it needs to be. If you need to work out, start doing that, because that will help you boost up your testosterone. And then you won't want to be lazy no more. You have to start with simple, small steps so that you don't fall into the trap of just following whatever the program wants for you. Which leads me into the second one, which is you got to be cautious of following the crowd, guys. This is a trap too, because a lot of you guys watching this video, you're different. Trust me, I can relate. You're different just like me. Maybe you are the person in your family that's going to be successful. You're going to be the person that's going to be the millionaire. You're going to change the whole family structure that you have, but you want to follow the crowd because maybe your dad or maybe your mom is telling you that that's too much for you to dream of, that your dreams are too big. And that's not true, bro. A lot of times they're just scared and they're projecting their emotions onto you. So you gotta sometimes just silence all those thoughts that everybody want to project onto you so that you can move forward with your purpose and you can move forward with your passion. It's okay for you to keep your circle small and for you to have, maybe just one or two friends, or even to be lonely. And that's what I'm talking about. You don't have to always fit in with what everybody's doing. So if society is all making TikTok videos where they're dancing or doing a bunch of weird stuff or just clowning people, you don't have to do that. You could be like me. You could be that one person that's so different that you want to change the society, that you want to help men out, and or maybe you want to help women out. You have to be accepting the fact that, you know what, I might not just fit in, but that's all right because I was born to stand out. And that's the truth, bro. Another trap most men have to be cautious of, and you have to really be aware of this one, is chasing women. A lot of men growing up as a teenager, your testosterone is raging, so you're attracted to women, obviously. So, you want to holler at the girls. You want to take them out of dates, and you start to realize that all they want is the time, the money, the energy, and you're giving your heart because you truly love a woman, and she's just taking advantage of that. She sees you as a simp, she's breaking your heart, and she's getting with somebody else. So you spend a lot of time falling into the trap of chasing women when you really need to avoid that, especially as a young man, even growing into your 30s. You need to get to the bag, bro. Chase that money, chase your grind, chase your purpose, do whatever God brought you here to do. It's very important for you to it's okay to like women and holler at women if they come across your path, but for the majority of you guys, you have to be cautious of the trap, because what happens is, if you get with a girl and you really think you love her, what's going to happen naturally, if you get it in, you're going to have a baby with her. And then that's going to lead to, you're going to have a family. You're going to have to raise a family. And if you're not married, then she might, leave you. And then you have to deal with a stepfather. And then if you are, even if you are married, she might divorce you. And now you have to deal with divorce. You have to get attorneys. There's so many different things that lead to just being with a woman. And a lot of it is just because you have that urge to have sex, which I get it, bro. You want to get it in. But I would advise, if you're watching this video, take some time to just go on semen retention or no cap, bro, because that is a trap too. Masturbation, spending all this time just playing with yourself, when you can avoid all that if you go on monk mode, which basically you're retaining your seed, you're not even dealing with women until you find out what your purpose is, until you get extremely massively successful, until you can take women on dates and you can actually afford a family without having to worry about how you're going to pay the light bill, how you're going to pay the cable bill. And there's so many men that are stressed out right now, all because they fell in love with a woman, they got with her, they had a family, she thought the grass was greener on the other side, so she left him, put him on child support, kicked him to the curb, got with another man, and now that dude only sees his child like once or two times out of the week, and has to pay child support, and has to work, and is all stressed out. Young men, I do not want that to be that life for you, so be cautious of that, fellas. Another trap that I want to say is for my young fellas out there is running the streets and really thinking that you got to be a thug and you got to gang bang and things like that. That is not true, bro. That is a trap that this society has propagated for us so that we can be on a low vibration, that we can harm one another. And that's not what we want, bro. That's your brother. And if you guys live in the same community, that is your brother. He grew up with you, period. That should be somebody that you're looking out for, and not think because he's a Latin King, or he's a Vice Lord, or GD, or Crip, or Blood, whatever the case may be, he's the op. That's what society wants you to think, bro. That's a trap, because all you're doing is hurting your brother and making this community worse. Then you end up in jail. Then you're a part of their system. You have a criminal record. You can't get a job because you have a felony for a gun charge or slinging some dope. And that leads down to a wicked path, because in order for you to get money, you got to do some more wicked things. You know what I'm saying? You got to go sell drugs or do something that's not productive. You're just hurting another member of your society. You have to really watch that, bro. You have to watch what this society has programmed with the music, because a lot of that is low vibrational music that just wants to distort your frequency, and it makes you want to hurt your brother. They put these drums in there that are so low frequency, it disturbs you, and then you're on such a low vibration, you can't even think positively, and you can't even think about success or helping out and being an active service because your frequency is so low. And then they put this food in our communities, the McDonald's, the Burger Kings, the KFCs, all this fried food that just leads to inflammation in your body, and it hurts you even more, because then you can't even think straight with that too, because you're not only consuming bad music, you're consuming the bad food. A lot of young fellas aren't learning, so then they just at a standstill, and they don't know what to do with their life. So then they just want to think, okay, the best thing for me to do is to join this gang, because he's going to support me. He's going to be my brother. He's going to have my back, which a lot of times that's all these young fellows are looking for, is a brotherhood. And there's no positive channels. There's no positive outlooks. So then they just run the streets. And that's why we're building this community here at Men Are Needed. So if you're ready to join a brotherhood, if you're ready to join a community of like-minded individuals and have access to me one-on-one, and have the ability to really tap into your true potential, guys, join the community. The link is in the description box below. I'm excited to have you, so you don't have to you can avoid all these mistakes that I'm talking about in this video and bypass all of it. Which if I had this when I was younger, who knows where I would be? Because I was a hooper, you know what I'm saying? I used to play ball back in the days. I was pretty good too, honestly. I tore my ACL. I remember I was on the AAU team in Arizona, and it was pretty dope, man. I was playing with Mike Bibby's team and Richard Jefferson, and there was times where I just thought about, if the basketball was going to be my future, how would that be? But then when I tore my ACL, I honestly, bro, I got a little bit depressed. I didn't know where my life was going to take me at that point. And I really didn't have too many brothers around me that could positively motivate me. A lot of my brothers were running the streets. A lot of my brothers were caught up on, working 3 jobs because they had families at a young age. They had kids when they were 19, 20. So then they had to work. They had to provide for their families. So they couldn't even think about escaping the matrix. And that's what I see a lot of times, is these families are so caught up in the matrix, they can't even really think about their dreams and their passion and their purpose. And that's why I created this video, because I truly want you young fellas, or even grown men, if you're watching this and you haven't tapped into any of these, watch out for these traps, guys. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, do not make these mistakes. If you can bypass this and focus on whatever God brought you here to do, it's one of the most powerful things that men can do, especially at a young age. Because if you don't chase women, if you're not lazy, if you keep the drive, you keep the ambition, you boost your testosterone, sky's the limit for you, bro. Honestly, I truly believe that once you tap into the true greatness that's in your heart and what God wants you to do, nothing can stop you. Nothing's impossible. And I truly want you to believe that. If you believe that nothing's impossible, you are going to be one of the most powerful brothers that I came across in my life, because a lot of guys are afraid. A lot of guys have fear. And if you have no fear in your heart, I salute you, bro. So thanks for tuning into this video today. Peace.